Alright, we should... Alright, we should be doing good now. We should be ready to go live. It's... Yeah, I probably should have been paying a little bit more attention to the stream. I kind of got carried away. There's been a bit of stuff on the wiki that I started to look into, even though I'm usually not that good at making sure stuff's up to date. But the plan for the stream is, as the description says, mostly for myself, to get to the just to get some grinding done. A lot of these streams aren't really for me to make Go Simula content, it's more just for me to get some Go Simula done myself. So we'll be working on Jesse's Questline and then hopefully getting up to the Ghost World. I am planning on just saving all this work for the Easter update, or whatever that update's going to be called, so we'll see how that works. Yeah. I hope the audio's coming over fine. I haven't messed with it, so I'm hoping it's still good, but we'll see. Yeah. Also, I've been doing... Probably... Yeah, I think we should be good. And, yeah. Talking about live stream, I feel like Eunice and Cool Player are the same person. Anyways, I'm getting the stream set up on my phone, so I can watch chat. Otherwise, I have to keep toggling between them, and I have all the dev boards. Yeah, the dev boards are pretty fun to collect. In my previous stream, I did get all of them, but let's see. I don't know for sure. I mean, it's only based off my, what Eunice has added to the wiki, but based off that, he was inserting false information in regards to, to the Mini Hollows page, random stuff, and also one of them added some information to the Wisp, which was just stupid, so, yeah. Yeah, the community is quite small, so it's really common to see people, even like random people that you think are very, like even the deads you can actually meet every once in a while in the game, just based on how small it is. I know some of the devs don't play too much, but like Coven at least, she plays a decent amount, or at least for her videos and stuff, so when she has time she's sometimes on and you can meet her in public games, so that's pretty cool. I mean, some people hang around at Ghost World a lot. Yeah, I know a lot of... I don't at least, but I think about Ghost Worlds at this point, it's where very few people actually are. You're usually just Rebirth and in the main hub, which takes a little bit longer than Ghost World. So very few people are actually in Ghost World at any given time, meaning that you usually end up joining the same, like, 3 servers a lot. And so, yeah. Yeah, the magnet is pretty epic. It's quite underrated, to be honest. I know a lot of people have been like, you don't really need to do her for Rebirths, but like, doing her for Rebirths is really nice. You don't think about it much, though, when you haven't, because you just kind of pathfind to pick stuff up, but if you... But, yeah, it's pretty good. Wow, you're gone for a long time? Yeah, I've been working with a lot of different stuff. I'm still quite behind on school stuff, but we'll ignore that for now. I've actually been playing a lot of mobile games recently, which is definitely not helping my productivity in terms of school and other stuff, so, but, yeah. Yeah, it's been a while since my last stream. I definitely, the first time when I started streaming, where I streamed like every day for like a week straight, That was definitely an odd one. I was even saying during it. It was only really because I had that week off of school. Now that school started up, it's going to probably be around every week or so I can do a stream, if that, sometimes even longer. Really depends on my schedule and how much I'm setting time away for it compared to just being bad with my time management skills. Someone got mad at me once. I said I was giving away free legendary boards, but they were being toxic. Yeah, I know a lot of people do that. Honestly, that's all in your opinion, so it's not that. I don't understand sometimes why people just get so angry about some things, and others I kind of understand. But we'll see. I was just grinding in it. Yeah, there's some people in the Ghost Simulator community that are, how do I say, not the nicest, yet are kind of tolerated because they either aren't in like the Discord, so you only have to meet them in game, and or just no one really, they aren't that bad. And honestly, when someone complains about someone stealing their ghosts, sometimes I just go and take some time to go steal their ghosts some more. Like, if I was once on a public backdoor server, I'm not the best person to be complaining around. And someone was complaining about someone else taking their ghosts, so I went over to wherever they were grinding and stole the ghosts. I am not the... Don't complain about people stealing your ghosts around me. I'm not that good at it. I'm doing Leo because the final boss is not fun. Honestly, if you have a private server and have figured out the final boss, it's actually not that bad. So if you have a private server, just try it a lot on that private server rather than trying to do it with a lot of random people on publics. Hello, Mobile Legend. It's probably going to be a small stream since I'm not doing really anything entertaining, more of just setting up for Easter a little bit more, grinding a little bit. But we'll see how it turns out. When I'm grinding for hoverboard turbocharger, someone's always taking the ghost, so I take payback by using nitro gum. Yeah, that's usually why I end up in private servers. It's a lot better. Allows you to grind a little bit faster than anywhere else. But yeah, definitely using like some form of movement-based gum like nitro, or even, what's it called? I think it's Turbo Nitro, or Glitchy Nitro, or even some Zoom gum can really help with allowing you to get them ghosts before them. How's your day going? Currently it's doing pretty well. I don't have anything due in terms of schoolwork today, but I do have a little bit due tomorrow and a lot due next week. So, the rest of my week is definitely not going to be as fun for me, but we'll see how it goes. What's the new update about? It added a timer next to the title. I haven't got up to it since I literally rebirthed right before it, and I don't think it adds a timer when you just rebirth. But apparently what it did is add a timer for you to see how long you're currently taking on your current rebirth. This is probably a precursor to adding in like a leaderboard for who can rebirth the fastest and stuff, and some of that information, but we'll see. Yeah, it's not that big of an update. So a lot of the recent updates have been pretty small because of the pushing back of the Metaverse Event and all that stuff, so we'll see how. So, but they've been pretty good updates, not gonna lie. The shop in the Go Similar is pretty big, and does allow people to interact with the devs, or allows the devs to monetize slightly more, and a little bit more indication of the group. So, yeah. Supercharger with Glitchy Nitrogum. Yeah, it's... Honestly, I don't understand why you'd need it, to be honest. It's way too fast, in my opinion. But it definitely can help out if you need to get to a ghost before someone else. Hello. But yeah. Yeah, the rebirth timer is pretty good. Let me go check what else they added in this. I think it was a bit more than just that. Yeah, they also added 6 new hoverboards in your unlockables, which you can buy for, or 4 new ones here, which you can buy for gems. So, obviously not going to be buying any of those anytime soon, since I have just Rebirth. And also, my all-time info on gems can barely afford the cheapest 3. Don't even have a quarter of what I need for this most expensive one. But yeah, those are pretty cool boards. Eventually I'll take the time to grind for them. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, not many people can afford them. I think currently there's like 10 to 12 people who've bought the most expensive one. Which, yeah, 11 people have bought the most expensive one, which is very few people, compared to 16 and 20 who bought the other one, which is also still not that much, and 120 who bought the cheapest one, which 10 million gems is not that much. A lot of it has to do with the rebirths setting a lot of people not being high enough on a rebirth to grind for them, which I'll probably be doing on this current life if I need time later in it. If I have time before the Easter event starts, or even after the Easter event ends. So, we'll see how that goes. Welcome back to another stream. It's quite laggy. Probably has a lot of things to do with not just having a good computer and all that, but, you know. I'm kind of used to it at this point. Let's move a few things around. I'm going to start a cat hunt at main hub. Okay. How many rebirths do you have? Still 6. I haven't really gained any recently. I've been quite preoccupied with school and stuff. So still stuck on 6 rebirths. Oh, also in this update they added, wait. Okay, 30% gem drops. I thought I had bought a Tycoon or something. I'm like, I didn't remember getting that. But, they also added a new classified, which I actually might grind for, depending how long it takes me to get to Bow and how much time I have left before Halloween, or Halloween, the spring event. But we'll see how that goes. He's lagging a bit, yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not the worst lag I've ever had. So I'm not going to complain too much. Hello, Jack. Do you have a bad Wi-Fi, or does he lag? Yeah, it's I don't have gamer Wi-Fi. I don't have really good Wi-Fi for gaming and stuff. It's pretty mediocre, so, so, not really unexpected that I don't have that. Let's work on getting up enough to unlock this. I have a lot of crate keys. I'm just going to get a godly though. Yeah. Even though you have a lot of crate keys, crate keys are really bad at getting classifieds, to be honest. The only ones that they're really helpful for is with the... I mean, they're a little bit better now that you can, with the rebirths, since you can get quite a bit of crate keys from everyone's questlines during a rebirth, especially Fern. But they're really only helpful for if you want to go for a chroma float. I'm thinking I'm going to rebirth after the Metaverse and Easter event. I think I'm getting... Yeah, that's... Wait until after the Easter event at this point, since that's coming in about a week, I think. I think a little bit over a week. Like, week and 2 days. Or a week and a day, actually, since it's not going to be on a Friday. But yeah. Yeah, that's my plan, too. I haven't had much time to grind, otherwise I probably would have enough time to get like 2 or 3 rebirths in before then, but I think at my current pace I can get set up for then without needing to worry about too much about having to get another rebirth in before. But who else finds the Void ED? Yeah, the Void really isn't supposed to be that long of a quest line anyways. Let's see. We do not have enough years yet. It's really supposed to be short and it'll have a lot of lore stuff with all the information in the quest line, so it is quite quick. I think it's like 30 minutes-ish, maybe a little bit longer, but it's quite quick. I just got a lucky cat. Yeah, the stuff from the new loot bags are actually, I mean, they're difficult for one person to get, but when someone gets them, they're not actually that hard to get. A lot of people have gotten stuff on their first or second loot bags, and it's just sort of how it is. I'm not too surprised. Open Pet Crate 2 once at the shop. Not that hard for Questline. Trying to remember if I've cleaned out my inventory recently, and I don't think I have since I unboxed a lot recently. Yeah, I still have a billion and one stuff that I can give away. Might do a giveaway later in the stream. Like scoops or creepy cats or plasmas or something. Like one per person. And maybe a few champions to everyone. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. How long are you planning on streaming? 2 hours was my plan. I have a bit of other stuff I need to do today. Can't do any longer than 3 hours though, to be honest. Even if I wanted to, can't go any longer than 3 hours. Yeah, or 2. Yeah, it's quite different from my normal streaming schedule. Usually I'm streaming for like 20 hours, it feels like. Now this one's going to be a little bit shorter. I don't have as much time today as I'd like. It's like school. School is... Yeah, once I hit summer, I'm probably going to have a lot of time to do streams and stuff. And based on my current growth, I wouldn't be surprised if I hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, which is just crazy to think about. I didn't get a key from Mini Final Boss. A little bit off with the guess. Usually he streams for like 8 hours, yeah. Yeah, usually my streams are going to be it's very variable in the amount of time I have. Sometimes I have like all day free and I'm like, I can go do a little bit longer than my normal and end up streaming for like 10 hours a day. And sometimes it's like, oh, I can fit in an hour stream in the middle. Since I usually end up doing this just to get something done and feel a little bit of completion today, since some days it's not doing good. Like I get through like 5 hours a day and I have done nothing or spent all 5 hours on watching YouTube videos, and it doesn't feel that good. So planning these streams really helps me feel more productive in a day, even if all I did was play video games. Which having something that you can go and feel less stressed about doing, it's really helpful. Probably not, but hello anyways. Thank you for joining the stream. It's just a little bit of Ghost Simulator. Not going to be anything too special. But yeah. Yeah, I don't think anyone really in the Roblox community even... Ghost Simulator is not a very, very big Roblox game, honestly. It's quite overshadowed by the ones that appeal to the younger Roblox audience that's kids and stuff. It's way too much lore, way too much grinding for most people, to be honest, so not surprised that no one's into it. But I'm not surprised though when random people like Preston or other people in the Ghost Simulator community, like even some of the devs, if they ever joined in the stream and said hi or something, that wouldn't surprise me too much. Yeah. Yeah, it's also quite detailed, the game itself. Like, even though I've kind of stopped paying attention to all the details after playing it for so long, but there's so many details that really overwhelm you the first time you play. Like, the first time I went into the main hub of the game when playing, I just thought it was so big Like, you could read the signs and you realize there's a lot of areas to explore, and it took forever to walk from place to place. It was just weird, playing this game for the first time. I'm watching Yuki because I'm bored, lol. I kind of like being here. Yeah, I know a lot of people go to YouTube for, even myself, I end up going to YouTube way too often when I'm bored, which usually I have better stuff to be doing, like working on papers for college and stuff, but yeah, I definitely understand watching YouTube videos because you're bored. I'm glad that you find these streams interesting to watch. That really encourages me to make a few more of them. The mega boss is sometimes really glitchy. Yeah, some of the because of all the detail that's gone into the game, some of the code sometimes just does weird stuff that you wouldn't expect. Which is somewhat due to probably poorly constructed, and other times just due to Roblox just being a platform where you have to add new stuff to it. So you're building something off of something instead of just building something from the ground, which is always allows you a little bit better control and to make it feel better than if you have to construct it upon something else that already has a few glitches in it. But yeah, overall it's not that bad. Are you in college? Yes. Currently, I am in my last quarter of my second year of college. Starting a bachelor program next year. But I'm also going to be graduating high school at the end of this year. I was doing running start for the last 2 years in high school, so I've been doing to college during that time. It's actually, honestly, I prefer college over high school. It's a lot more get the work done rather than have to worry about 3,000 other things, like being into class at time, having to manage a lot of random discussions and stuff. It's a lot more of just getting information and stuff. There are discussion boards and stuff, but not as common as like in-class discussions in high school. A lot less wasted time in class. So that's something really nice about. When is the Easter event? In a week and a day. Based on, it's going to be part of the Metaverse event, so they had to delay it quite a long ways off from actual Easter, which is quite unfortunate. Especially since Roblox itself probably didn't know that it was what it was planning on doing when it started. Started allowing people to sign up for the egg hunt. They kind of changed it to a Metaverse event, kind of last minute, which affected a lot of the developers. So, yeah. But it is what it is. It's going to be probably a really good event because they've had to delay it so long, but we'll see when we get there. He was going for a cosmic wing. Nice. Yeah, I know a lot of the really big players in Ghost Simulator can go for quite a few cosmic wings, and they do quite commonly. And that's usually when you see people unboxing 3,000 starlights in a row, is they're trying to go for a cosmic wing. Honestly, I haven't even gotten one classified pet yet, so I'm not really in that group of people who have tried to go for a cosmic wing, but eventually I will, especially now that I can have some good pets and increased stats from Rebirth and stuff, but we'll see how that goes. First things first, we'll have to get up with this Rebirth and get as much as possible, but we'll see how this goes. Yeah, you meet a lot of the same people over and over again since they play a lot. Every time you join a server, you have a pretty high chance of actually meeting someone that's quite prevalent in the community. I'm only seeing testers with always have a full team of Cosmic Wings. Yeah, that's usually because the people with those full teams of Cosmic Wings play a lot, which means they're quite a bit more likely to be considered as people who could test out the game and figure out bugs and stuff. Compared to people who don't have that stuff. There are a lot of people who don't have that stuff, but they also don't play as regularly, so you're less likely to see those testers without them. So, it's kind of just observational bias is why you see those testers and stuff. And also a little bit of kind of correlation, being people who play more are more likely to have good stuff and also more likely to be good testers. But, yeah. So annoying I don't even have one. Also, I don't even have one Cosmic Wing myself, and I play a decent amount, so... I'll only start complaining once you've spent, like, 10 billion gems on crate 10, or crate 11, or whatever it's in. And 10 billion gems is a ridiculous amount of gems, so I don't think any of you guys are getting it anytime soon. But I don't have an offer. My pits and boards are quite bad. Honestly, there's only been, like, one, maybe up to... There's one Cloud Wave I know of that's been unboxed, and, like, maybe a total of two others. So I don't think anyone's offering for Cloud Wave. People have offered, I think the current best offer is like a Hollows or even like a Crawler. So nothing you guys have will probably be worth a Cloud Wave anytime soon. Your best bet going for it is actually probably just going to be to grind out the bow boss a lot of times over and over and over again, to be honest. That's kind of one of my plans to do once I get up to that point this life, is to grind the bow boss like for 5 hours and have like that 1 in 100 chance of actually getting it with that many keys. It'd be quite rare even after spending a solid week grinding it, but we'll see how my time works out for that, and and how all that turns out. But no, most people, it's going to be quite a rare item, even if, with all things considered. Most like Cosmic Wing stuff, there's people that can grind like 10 billion gems and have a decent chance at like 2 of them, whereas with Cloud Wave, you really only have the chance of getting like 1 or 2, even if you're like a top grinder. You don't even have the chance of a solid chance of getting 1. You have like a maybe 20% chance at the best with all your crate keys and boss keys after spending like a week grinding for it, which is about the same as what anyone else can do, which is kind of why the stuff in the Void is quite good. Because you can't just grind out solidly and have good pets for it, you actually have to just get lucky. How long have we been grinding with max pigeons? Yeah, no, a lot of people just feel like they have terrible luck, but it's just they have normal luck and don't. And you end up seeing a lot more about people who have good luck, so you end up thinking that your luck is worse than it is because of how common it is to see people flexing good luck rather than complaining about normal luck. Honestly, I can't imagine anyone, any of you guys have super terrible luck. The only thing I'd consider as terrible luck would be ending up getting like no classified after spending a few, like, 6 hours on a crate, to be honest. Any less than that, and that's just about normal. So. Yeah, I don't think... developers really don't count, in my opinion, in terms of people that have stuff, because they don't usually end up trading it or any of that stuff. But yeah. Yeah, they definitely are really good at showing off all the new stuff and allowing people to know what it is. Nope, you can't use Rift Gum anymore, especially not for anything in the Void. That's crate keys. The only things you can use is crate keys and boss keys. So. A lot of boss grinding for that. I'm sure there have been people that have grinded like 10 hours or so on that and still haven't got it, so yeah, I think with the math, it takes about 5 hours for you to have a just a little bit of quick math. It takes about 5 hours for you to have 100 chances at that, which is at Chroma Float, which is a 40%, not a 40%, a 1 in 40. So that's 200 hours for a basically guaranteed for a theoretical 100%, not an actual 100%. Chances are weird, but about 200 hours for a Chroma Float, which means it's about 400 hours of boss grinding for a Cloud Wave, which, I mean, I'm not an expert, but 400 hours is quite a lot All things considered, people, or with that same math, people on the lower end of the global leaderboard have spent around 800 hours for what their leaderboard position. And so about half of your, if these people, instead of grinding for a leaderboard, spent half of their time, or all their time grinding for a cloud wave, they would have on average 2, which I'm not sure if you guys quite understand how much time these people put in to be on this global leaderboard. That's like 800 hours, which is 40 days straight-ish. Which most people don't play straight. They play like 5 hours a day at most, which turns out to be 160 days, but still, it's quite ridiculous to get cloud waves. So, yeah. Yeah, it's quite weird to think about how rare cloud wave is. Also, I feel like at this point, it's probably around time for me to go buy the +2 pets, now rather than later. It's been something I've been thinking about doing. I might as well do it now and not have to worry about it later. Yeah, I've officially gone way too far into the pay to win side. So we'll go equip some better pets. Or some more pets, I should say. I do apologize to everyone who can't afford the game passes and seeing that, but you know. The new boards are hard to get for me. Yeah, a lot of the amount of gems that you need to put into those boards is quite high. So a lot of people are going to struggle in getting them, especially with being probably most people starting out from a Rebirth standpoint, not being having to grind out all the Rebirth perks and stuff in there, and so just a lot of options makes those new gem boards. It's contributed to those new gem boards being a little bit rarer than what you'd think they'd be. So, yeah. I should probably also equip a purple now. Now that I have a little bit more space, equip a cosmetic purple. Number 1, and might as well do my last Silk Weaver over the other one. Yeah, I've basically traded all of my good stuff from Halloween 2019 at this point. I don't even know what I want where. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't encourage most people to spend money on a game that they aren't going to play, so unless you're actually planning on playing Ghost Simulator, like, at least 3 hours a week, at the very least, it's probably not worthwhile to buy game passes for it, but, yeah. What are they doing? Oh, they're watching the stream. I have no idea who they are, but hello, thank you for joining. I mean, it's not going to hurt having that friend drop bonus. But yeah. Yeah, doing the math on all on how long it takes to get those. The thing is, that's for a single person. Because of how, because anyone can get it at basically that same pace, assuming, I mean, of course, that you have the 2x boss drops and all that stuff, luck game pass and glitchy luck gum, which is a lot of assumptions. But most decent people can get that. Good. So, but yeah, it is. There's a lot of pay to win stuff in Ghost Simulator, but not really complaining too much. I can afford them, and most of them don't make too much of a difference into the gameplay of the game. Especially since the addition of new higher stat pets that anyone can get relatively easily. The Ocular Overseers is the main one that most people can end up getting. Quite high in stats and pretty easy to get if you have 2x items at least. Otherwise it does take a long time to get through backdoor. But other than that, it's pretty chill. be honest. Pretty balanced of a game for pay-to-wins and free-to-plays. Hello, Crazy Cat. Just doing a little bit of grinding in Ghost Simulator. We have been on this for quite a while. Doesn't help that I'm being quite distracted by talking, but, you know, that's just how it is. Let's see, how are we doing in terms of antenna upgrades? Not good at all. Oh well. Maybe not get up to... We might not be able to get up to Ghost World today. Or in this stream. Might still do a little bit more grinding off stream, but we'll see. Backdoor, like, gates me when comes to antenna parts. Yeah, backdoor is ridiculously difficult when it comes to getting the items. So, if you can, I would suggest grinding gems or gums before rebirthing to help with that, or if you have the Robux, definitely buying the 2x items game pass is probably the best usage of that. I know most people can't, so but yeah, grinding gum is really helpful for it. I'm new and I've been watching your videos. They're good. Thank you. Yeah, I do put a decent amount of work into them. I'm not like top tier YouTube quality, but I try my best with the content I make. And I'm glad that you guys find it interesting to watch and fun. So, how much rebirths do you have? I am currently on 6, which is not too bad. But it's not nowhere compared to the 50 that I think the best person has at this point. Someone has 50 rebirths, which is a lot. So, yeah. Definitely don't be calling me the best person in Ghost Simulator. I am a very casual player who has to spend a lot of his time playing, or working on schoolwork rather than playing Ghost Simulator, so that's just kind of how life is. How do you grind so many items in the back door? Loot gum and 2x items, which is quite pay to win, and I'm slightly annoyed that it's that way, but it's just sort of how it is, so, yeah. 50? Yes, there is someone with 50 rebirths. It's quite ridiculous to think about, but, yeah. They went for, like, 10 pet evos, 10 ecto bits or ecto tokens, I can't remember which. And a lot of tycoons, a lot of pet evos, and then like the top 3. So, yeah, I'm nowhere near being the best player in Ghost Simulator. Not even on like the daily leaderboard half the time. But do you know the person's name? Yeah, I'm not gonna share it on stream though. If you're in the Discord though, you'd probably know it. Don't want to be sharing people's names and ending up them getting spammed for free pets or free items because of that. So I try not to share people's names unless like they're doing it themselves already. But yeah. Or if they're being stupid and they've lost all rights they have to have their name in secret, but, you know. There we go. That should be all of Ghost Hunter Jesse's quests, and then I'll need to work on the antenna. Yeah, that makes sense. So, should be able to do this. Magnetism. And we're basically done with that. Let's see, how are we doing in terms of this? We have all of the sheriff badges we need, so we'll just need some of those. Well, we'll probably just use some basic loot gum, or maybe some ghostly, to speed that up. Yeah, if you're wondering why I think, actually I probably won't bring that up. I've brought it up way too often. But, yeah, 2-time gum has been a really good addition to the game, I think. Hey, sorry I have to go. My head really hurts. I'll probably... Okay. That feels fine. I mean, I encourage you guys to be doing, especially if you have other stuff to be doing, not coming out to these streams. I know I sometimes get into the very unproductive method of watching YouTube for 20 hours a day instead of working on homework or other stuff. So yeah. Also, if you are definitely doing some stuff in real life is better. So feel free to go whenever you guys want without telling me. It is nice though to see that you guys care enough to try to tell me. I don't need to know, but it does really show how much people care that you guys do. But yeah, we're now on to beach, which shouldn't take too long. Maybe like 3 minutes, depending on drop rates and stuff. We'll see. I'm using way too much loot gum. Yeah, especially if you don't have 2 times items, that loot gum goes by really quickly. Even if you do have it, it doesn't really... It still goes by at a similar pace. Second Rebirth. Yeah. Might as well be using Ghostly. I try to save my glitchy for grinding out more glitchy. Which I guess technically may not be the best strategy, but whatever. But especially since I have 300 of it and can just use it whenever I want, basically, at this point. How do you get lucky loot bags? If you have the lucky cat eyes, or lucky eyes, Rebirth perk, you can see a lucky cat ghost, which occasionally spawns in different areas of the map, allowing you to vacuum it up, and it drops a lucky loot bag on its death. Let's see. Probably getting pretty close to... Yeah, we just need some 10 parts, which... depending on the drop, I can get up to like 100, I think. Or a pretty nice number. I like the addition of gum. It does, with the fact, it did help 2 times items become pretty good, and then again with the Rebirth update, also made 2 times items even better, so it did really help out 2 times item Game Pass to be quite overpowered and really hurt people who don't have it, but at the same time, I was able to buy that, so can't complain too much. I have suggested a few changes in regards to it, but not really expecting those to happen, honestly, because, like, people are people, and they don't have time to read suggestions, but, yeah. Can you show your best pets or nah? Best pets are, Ocular Overseers for the most part, and then, I recently, got the mini final and a mini Dutchman I traded for. Yeah, they're not really high tier pets. There's no classifieds, which are usually considered the better ones. But yeah, it's decent pets. It's mostly free to play pets, but still quite good, quite good. We'll be using a glitchy one and just going through all this. Yeah, loot gum is pretty broken in my opinion with 2 times items, but you know. It is how it is. Yeah, it's, with the addition of Ocular Overseers has been really nice, honestly. They're pretty much good stat pets for everyone. They're like the 4th best pet in the game now that the Cloud Wave's been added, but used to be the 3rd. So, really was a... I mean, some people think they're a little bit pretty high, really too high in stats, and I mean, that might be true, but it does allow everyone to have some high stat pets for grinding. I'll probably call it here for, or not for the stream. Oh, man, that's usually why I sit in the stream, but I'll probably call it for the amount of Ocular Overseers. I think 3 is probably enough, especially considered that my other pets aren't too far behind. I mean, yeah, they aren't too far behind, stat-wise. They are a little bit behind, but it's only like a difference of like 20-ish%, I think. Maybe a little bit more, maybe like 50%, I guess. But over having 5 pets will make up for that a little bit, or even 6, I guess. But do you know if glitchy loot gum stacks with double items so you can get 8 times? Yes, it does. And it is quite broken, and would be a really good game pass to buy if you can. So yeah, go ahead and buy it if you want to. It does stack 8 times, 2 times 4, which is quite overpowered, but you know. Let's see, how are we doing on terms of antenna parts? Really low, so we'll still use some more loot gum. I don't know what it is, but I like never get antenna drops around here. Probably because they have the item drops up a lot more, because you end up using the item drops for the Finsley quest, so they want it balanced like that, rather than for people that just blow through it. But, yeah. I'll be coming back and doing Finsley later in this Rebirth. Not now, of course, since that'd take a little bit more time, but we'll see. What about glitchy with Ghostly? You can't use 2 guns at the same time, if that's what you're talking about. I'm assuming that is, but yeah, with all the guns stack as a multiplier upon the any of your perks and stuff, so they get pretty good for if you have game passes, and they're pretty decent without. But 2 times items is definitely the best Rebirth perk currently. Or not the Rebirth perk. Wow. Game Pass, sorry. Best Rebirth perk is pretty debatable. Let's grab all this. My bag's almost full, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. It doesn't sell for much. Let's see. $15 seconds left on gun. Hopefully we can get enough antenna parts for the next area before then. Areas go by a lot quicker when you aren't working on a quest line. Alright, there you go. We should be able to just grab a few ghosts for some diamonds. I think we need like 150-ish. So we'll probably end up having to sell before then if we care, but yeah. But yeah, that's the Lucky Cat Ghost I was talking about, for whoever asked that question. It spawns in some various places around all the worlds, and if you vacuum it, it drops a lucky loot bag. So we'll grab a few more of these and go unlock the ice cave. And then we'll teleport over to the ghost world. Sorry for whoever's playing with me. Can't come join me there, I know that. So, yeah. we'll start work on Leo for that. I think we're going to skip Shelly for now. Goodbye, Crazy. Thank you for coming to stream. And yeah, we'll go do Leo, then Yoko. I'm only doing Leo because I'm planning on keeping this Rebirth for Easter, and the heavy armor that you get from this isn't too bad. So doing that before I have to do Yoko's for all of his. If I wouldn't recommend doing Yoko during a normal Rebirth, so that's usually your plan for each life. Don't, but yeah. Oh, thank you for. It was helpful to have that gem drops. I'm not used to having the 25% gem drops from the friend bonus, so that probably helped out a decent amount. I mean, it's not that many gems in the long run, but thank you for coming out and supporting there. Collect 1,500 gems from anywhere. Yeah, I'm being a little bit lazy today. I quite like Leo's questline, even if it's a little bit long. It's not overly long, and it's a pretty good perk, and contains quite a bit of lore, compared to any of the other questlines really in Ghost World, which are all kind of broken, since Ghost World was made into not the end of the game. Most of Ghost World was made as the end of the current game, so every time they added new stuff to it, it was like, oh, this is now the end, so we need to add onto it. And so yeah, it's also wasn't really ever updated like the main hub questlines were, to become shorter and stuff, so it's all kind of just been weird, honestly. So let's grab all this. We should probably be using X gums from now on, since getting better vacuum and all that stuff will be quite helpful later on. I don't really think you need Leo because I skipped him the last 2 times and I rebirthed. Yeah, I'm only really doing him because his perk is helpful, and I'm planning on spending a bit of time grinding this rebirth for bosses and for the Easter event and all that stuff. So yeah, don't do him if you're planning on rebirthing in a life, or planning on doing a quick rebirth. So yeah, that's the only reason I'm doing him right now, is because I kind of want to. So yeah. The only ones you really need to do is Leo Gatekeeper, Yoko and Gatekeeper in the Ghost World. You should do Firm, since she does give you 33 crate keys, and also 2 boss bait, which is really helpful. But you don't need to do her, even if she is one of the most helpful quest lines to be doing. Can we buy a better pack? Yes, we can. Most people should probably be also working on their vacuum, but I've pretty good pets, so I don't really need to worry about that too much. I know, and since, yeah, yep. I ramble on too much, honestly, in these videos, or in streams. I have no idea what to say, so it just kind of turns into, yep, every once in a while, and a lot of filler words, so. Like, so is a pretty good filler word, and I use it way too often. Thank you guys for putting up with all the filler words I do during these streams. I know it's a lot, but, yeah, it's nice that you guys find them interesting regardless of that. So, thank you all for coming out. And yes, that's my default reaction to whenever I start rambling on a video is to turn around and say something like thank you guys to everyone out there to make you guys not realize that I'm being completely awkward and rambling. Wonder how my pet, if any of my pets have been leveled up yet, or mini final at least. No. So sitting at level 1s on the mini final and ocular overseer that I just got, and only level 5 on the one that I've had for a while. Not unexpected. They aren't that high stats, or they're really hard to level up honestly, and I haven't played too much. They will be really leveled up though once I start doing some bow boss grinding, which I plan on doing at some point. Maybe not within the next week or two, but probably once the Easter event's over, I'll be putting a little bit of time into grinding out the bow boss for a small chance of getting a cloud wave. I think you can just use nitro for the bosses. Yeah, I mean, you can just walk around a boss and not need to worry too much about it, but I like being able to sit still, especially since I'm planning on having this current life for like probably close to a month, depending on how long the Easter event is. It's going to be quite helpful to have all the perks, so that's kind of why we're doing it. It's not really, not going to be a typical Rebirth grind. What's the stream labeled as? Rebirth grinding. Okay, yeah, I understand your confusion. I'm quite bad at editing the settings. I edited the description at least, so. But yeah, I'm not really planning on doing a, grind anytime. Not going to plan on rebirthing once all this is over. Or once I can. There'll be a lot of grinding will ensue at the end of this, since I have quite a few things I need to work on, including the newest gem boards. I can work on those, get all those, which probably take close to a week, at least. Depending actually how good my pets really are, but yeah. Yeah, it's Ghost Simulator is definitely changing. A lot of new stuff being added and all that stuff. So, yeah. As much as I preferred it back in Halloween 2019, it is nice to see it growing. How much do I even still have from that event? I'm trying to think. I don't have that much. I used to have, like, a lot of stuff if you look through my journal, or a decent amount at least. And now I just don't. Yeah. There's a board. Not really a good one, but it's a board at least. There's some from the Christmas 2019. Oh, look, another board. That one I like. Yeah. Yeah, not much. That one might have been, I think. That one wasn't. There you go, there's another one. Yeah, there's a lot of, I used to have so much, like, if you look through my journal for 2019 Halloween event, I had a lot of stuff from it. Including at one point I traded for a Hollows and a Reach. Yeah, I traded those away, which was quite unfortunate. But, like, half of any of the stuff, or this stuff is quite rare now and worth quite a bit, and I just kind of trade them away. It's not the best. Even in terms of board, I don't think I had any too rare boards though, so I actually used to have Soulfire, I guess, but other than that, I don't think I had any too good of boards. I mean, I guess Poison Broom was pretty good, but I traded that one away too. Yeah. Let's see, I think I still have some good rares, or I know I still have Silk Weaver since I had 4 of those to start off with, and a Bones, apparently. And I think also the Midnight. But yeah, all that Halloween 2019 stuff is pretty rare. Hello, Ferret. I found cocaine. I got basic rift gum with only 10,000 tests. Yeah, I know rift gum is quite different, and it's really nice when you get it. I'm not sure quite what the multipliers are, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty good. It's not that good anymore since they've been nerfed when used with boot bags, but yeah. Let's see. We've been streaming for about an hour now. I think, yeah, only an hour. That's quite surprising. So we should at least get done with Leo. Going through Questlines takes a lot longer than you think it will, but then grinding up through arrows without having to worry about Questline takes a lot less time. So, yeah, time is definitely weird when you're working on grinding the game. Why do you have so many egg drops? I'm tempted to say long story, but honestly, back when it like first came out, I was thinking about just storing up on a random limited store item just to show how the game was kind of weird and how values really didn't work for limited store stuff. So I just decided, hey, you know what, let's go collect like all the egg drops. And so I just spent a lot of time hopping servers, getting as many egg drops as I can, looking for them in the Discord, and just collecting as many as I could. I only got like 13, but I've had 13 for like the last year or so. And then I finally was able to trade for another one recently, although probably overpay. And I mean, it's just mostly just to show people that limited values are kind of silly. So, in this small of a community. I'm actually planning on doing a giveaway at some point. Probably once I plan on doing those bosses, I'll probably take a little bit of... I probably should have used some X gun there. Going to take a little bit of time to hop into either a public... or into my private server, allow people... post the link, allow people to join, and give away some stuff from my last session of unboxing from the developer crates. So some legendaries from there. Like 3 legendaries, a plasma, and some rare legendary or godly hoverboards to everyone. That comes out. Some from the dev crates, since I have a lot of them. So yeah, yeah, at some point maybe. Can I join your server? I'm currently in a VIP server, so no one can join me, even if you're my friend. Kind of unfortunate how VIP servers that work that way, but I like it over the old method, which was you don't have private servers anywhere other than main hub, which was quite obnoxious. I'm close to getting Mini Guardian at the moment. Yeah, I know Mini Guardian's a pretty good achievement, even if it's worth like nothing. But yeah, it's good job on that. I know it takes a while to grind, and pretty good achievement, to be honest. I want one, lol. Yeah, the problem with when you end up collecting a ridiculous amount of one thing on purpose is if you trade even one of them away, the whole thing kind of breaks. I need to... Honestly, there's a few more people... At this point, I basically have a monopoly. There are a few others out there, but I don't think they're going for anything less than a exorbitant fee. So, yeah, I need to trade for at least... I think I need to up my offer a few more times, honestly. I've been trying to offer for them, but apparently egg drops worth a lot for whatever reason. So yeah, we'll see if I can get my hands on another few of them. 190 key drives with 2 times an auspicious. Yeah, 2 times boss drops is pretty overpowered. I mean, it's not too helpful, but it is really nice for grinding and stuff. But grinding bosses isn't really a big thing that many people need to worry about, so especially if you're only playing like 2 hours a week, you don't really need the 2 times boss drops. It's only really if you're planning on grinding for stuff do you really need game passes. So Yeah, I don't think I know someone with them, but I don't think they're gonna trade it. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have like one or two sitting in their inventories, and they just they realize that they need it for like the collection, and so it really isn't for trade. But yeah, as I said before, I'm in a private server, so no one can join me, even if you're my friend. I'm planning on going to the main hub of it once I complete these two bosses and opening the VIP server link. You also, once I join public servers for the defeat any two bosses, you can join me off my Roblox profile then. And if you want, I can hand out some of the bets and boards I was talking about earlier. Not egg drops, not the egg drops I was talking about earlier, but the stuff from the developer crates. So some of this stuff and like this stuff. So yeah, if you guys want. My joins are always open to everyone, which is kind of why I have to plan a private server at this point. Yeah, so anytime I'm playing in a public server, you guys can usually come join me. Let's do that. Buy the best possible pack, which... Alright, we're just going to go take a little bit more time and get that last one, since I don't feel like chilling with just less than a pretty much better back. Ooh, Roblox is down? Oh, that's unfortunate. I'll probably, before leaving this server, go double check to make sure it isn't down for me. Thank you for telling me that. So I can actually join this server. Purchase the gem pack. It's not the best one. I know a lot of people get a lot of currency from the boss grinding that you have to do for Yoko. Yeah. Ah. Yeah, it looks like Roblox is down. So, or at least me refreshing the Ghost Simulator page made it crash. So, let's try that again. Yeah, okay, it looks like I'm getting an error 400 and a bad request for trying to find Ghost Simulator. So we'll just sort of do it in my private server-ish. So, if you're lucky enough, you could trade an egg drop for Vexfly. The goal is to not trade the egg drops, and just do them kind of as a lump trade to someone for something ridiculous like or either end up mass trashing them and remove them completely from the existence of the game is one of the plans. But at that point, I'd probably just be better off keeping them, to be honest, rather than that. Or two, lump trading them for something limited, like hollows or something. We'll see what goes on. I'll see what I feel like when I get a few more of them. My goal has been like, there's probably like 20 within the 20 in total, like, that could be traded for if someone needed, but we'll see. I think the teleportation takes you to a different server, and I don't think you'll get to go where you want to teleport, so, yeah, from the looks of it, it looks like we will be stuck in the Ghost World for the time being. So, once the screen closes and gives us the, error, we'll see. Or, actually, no, we managed to make it to main hub. I think the teleportation takes you to a different server. I don't think you can get to... Yeah. Honestly, if I managed to collect, like, 20, I'd basically have all the egg drops in the community, and technically, at that point, it'd be worth, more than, compared to, like, this is rarity-wise speaking, not value-wise. Of course, all the rare stuff will have more demand than anything, but if you end up getting all of a certain item, like if I manage to get all egg drops, which isn't going to happen, there's a lot of people that have them just stored up because they don't want them, or don't want to deal with having to trade for them. Again, is technically that item, you technically have a monopoly, which means it's technically worth whatever you want it to be worth, which means in theory you could trade it for whatever you want, but since people at that point can just say, I don't need it, you don't need to worry too much. People don't worry too much about that, so yeah. Yeah, honestly, I probably won't trade the egg drops. It's a lot more valuable just as just to be like, yeah, limited store values are weird, and show that even if you collect like all of them, they don't really go up in value too much, since people are like, you can find some random if you can care, but yeah. We'll just kind of chill. Actually, we'll work on Finsley while we wait, I guess. Nothing really else to do during this, and I might be able to use the 5 times the 2 additional streams he gives. Probably not, but might as well try. But yeah, that's the problem with Roblox. Occasionally it breaks and stuff has to be fixed, so I understand difficulties with operating a game on the platform. Yeah, I think Wicked retired, so I don't need to worry about his 2 egg drops in theory. But also, another thing that I technically have a monopoly on, but no one cares about, is Snowflake. Or this Snowflake, I should say. The level 0 Snowflake, I technically have a monopoly on it. Even though, since none of them exist, no one actually cares about it. But, there's no other level 0 Snowflake, so technically this one's worth infinite value. But yeah. Technicalities don't really work in real world things, so it doesn't mean much that it's one of a kind. Especially since it's a little bit, since it's not really, it's basically just another snowflake to look at. It's not like it's one of a kind looking either, compared, so don't need to worry too much about people don't care too much about it. It's worth more as a to keep than it is to trade. I honestly, it's more of just a gift from a friend. I feel like more than anything else that it's in my inventory, and so if they ever wanted it back, I would give it to them without worrying too much. More of a weird flex point than anything else. It's basically worthless because it's the only one. Same thing with like Darkwing at this point. Darkwing's traded so little, or like not at all, that it's technically worthless to have, and since no one really cares about it, that's kind of what it is. So, yeah. Still have 5 minutes left. We're not even done with the first of his quest line, Finsley's quest lines, so definitely a longer quest line. Or it might be just because I'm being slow, but you know, we can blame it on the quest line and not my speed of grinding. It also has something to do with the minute respawn timer between ghost spawns, so but yeah. You're not even in your own server. Because of when you go back from since I was in the ghost world before and then teleported back, it sends me to a different main hub server. Private servers are weird. So, yeah. Yeah, a lot of items like that, they used to be somewhat more common than what they are now. And because of, like, Darkwing wasn't even that rare, to be honest. It was never common. It was always going to be worth $1 billion and completely rare. Because it was like a 15-minute grind for one key, unless you had the pass, in which case you'd get 2. And so it was ridiculously hard to grind for, and so everyone knew it was going to be worth quite a lot when it came out. Like, even myself, I knew that, so I tried grinding for it. Of course, back then I didn't buy game passes for Go Similar too much, so I didn't have the 2x pass, which, if I had the 2x pass, I could have probably easily gotten a Darkwing myself. I encouraged a lot of people to buy it, and they're all like, nah, I'm just going to go for the holos, and it was, people are stubborn, but, yeah. Yeah, it was quite obvious that that item was going to be worth a lot. A lot of the Halloween 2019 items are worth quite a lot. But yeah, Darkwing at this point has become so rare that it's basically worthless. It's quite funny. Of course, if one was to be traded, you'd have to offer so much, honestly. And I don't think anyone really has enough to offer for a Darkwing other than another Darkwing. That's just kind of how it is. Let's see, what do we need? Business Ghosts and Workers. Neither was the ability to buy keys for the event, which they added some later. But yeah. Every event since then has had the option to buy keys, which has made quite a bit of profit for the game, I'm pretty sure. And so that's been pretty nice to see. But yeah. And this is what I'm talking about when I say that a lot of people advocate going for like vacuum speed and talk about vacuum speed as use it as like the general stat for pets. And in my opinion, I've always encouraged people to not worry about vacuum speed at all. And that's just because the respawn timer for Ghost is the biggest limiting. It's the limiting reagent for your ability to grind them in like 95% of cases. If you have decent pets, it's basically all cases, but I know some people that don't have good pets, it does matter a little bit, but in most cases, I'd say going for stats, cell stats compared to vacuum stats is, I just kind of ignore vacuum stats, to be honest. Talking about that, I should probably double check to make sure I do have the best Ecto tokens equipped. I don't care about leveling up a Mini King. Yeah, I mean, I know it technically would be better than the Mini Dutchman, I guess, once it got maxed, but it's gonna take forever to max, so I don't think it's worth it to try to start leveling it up. But we'll see. Yeah, the game's changed a lot since I first started playing it. I didn't even start playing it at the beginning. I joined, like, update 16, I think. Which is a long time ago. But still, it wasn't, like, right at the beginning where a lot of people did. And it's definitely lost popularity since it first started. Used to, like, the first week it was out, it stayed on, like, the most popular game for, like, that first week, and then it kind of just sort of slowly died. A lot of it's due to it not being the kind of game that people play for, or the younger generation enjoys. Like the kids that play Roblox, they don't really enjoy the amount of insight and thinking that goes into the game, like the lore and stuff, compared to like what you'd want. So, yeah. It's a very in-depth game that most younger people don't quite understand. So, yeah, we'll see. Hello, hi. Weird YouTube name. I mean, to greet at least. Anyways, one of the games I've actually been enjoying pretty recently, I actually talked about this in a previous stream in a different tent. So one of my favorite games, like 5, 6, 7 years ago or whatever, was Defenders of Texel, game code DOD, which has been one of my all-time favorite games, but it got discontinued. The creators of it stopped updating it, and I thought it was a great game, and I loved playing it. But because it ended so long ago, it was amazing to play. And apparently, since it got shut down, a few people had actually started creating a recreation of it, because they liked it so much, they started creating a recreation of it. And someone actually told me about it, after overhearing about it, and so they searched it up and found the recreation for me. And I've actually been playing a lot of Defenders of Texel recently, compared to, and it's a remake, but it's still very true to the original and quite fun to play. So that's kind of been, a lot of mobile games have been happening recently. I also play Brawl Stars quite a bit, in my free time. It's just, it's been a lot easier for me to convince myself to play one round of Brawl Stars. One round turns into an hour, instead of playing Ghost Simulator. Especially when I'm also doing homework, in other words, staring at my phone and not worrying about anything homework-wise. It's been a weird. Hello, Gam Gam. I haven't seen you before. In 9 minutes, my Wi-Fi is gone, so I'm gone. Good night until the event. Yep. Thank you for coming out to the stream. Haven't watched your live stream since last week because I had tons of homeworks. I haven't streamed since last week, so you're doing perfectly fine. It's been a long week for me too with homework and stuff, so definitely can understand having to get that stuff done. Good on you for doing that instead of worrying about the stream. I always encourage people to not be taking their time watching a stream when they have other things to be doing, like homework and real stuff. Hello. I think I already said hi to you, Gambia. I haven't seen you in any of my streams, so I think you're pretty new. Or I could just be forgetful. I have no idea which one it is, but we'll see. Yeah, we're working on Captain Finsley, waiting for the bosses for Leo. About 30 more minutes until I... Alright, I think this one does allow you to do mini-bosses, so we can go do the mini-king and then just finish up with this next boss. The fact that the Roblox servers are down means I can't boss up, which is quite unfortunate. Hopefully those are back up soon. How many rebirths do you have? 6. I currently have 6 rebirths. This is the information I have regarding them. I'm doing about average for, I think, for everything considered. Yeah. I've been following the rebirth options that I actually put out in a different video, on which rebirth perk you should choose. Going for the top 3 first, then Ocular Overseers as much as you need for stats, and then finishing off with going for Tycoons. So I'll probably be picking one more Ocular Overseer, I think, based off thinking. Yeah, I think one more Ocular Overseer won't be too bad. Alright, last time I watched you had 5, so I'm happy I didn't miss much because of homework. Yeah, I've had a lot of homework too, so I've not been streaming as much as I did like the week I didn't have school. I know at one point I did a stream like every other day for 2 weeks, and that was quite abnormal for me. Most of the time it'll be maybe a stream a week, so yeah, I'm glad you also didn't miss anything, but yeah, it's been a long time since I did my last stream. Hopefully this counts for Finsley's. If it doesn't, that's going to be quite unfortunate. But I think it should. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. As I said before, it's about 30 more minutes left, and then I'll probably be ending the stream, so that should be enough to get done with the Leo, I hope. I'm not 100% sure on that one. We'll see, though. Yeah, that counted as a boss for Finsley, and did not count as one for Yoko, so, or Leo, or whatever the name is. Let's use that. And we can go... I'm trying to think what else I can do. Actually, might as well go and do this really quick. Grab a 8-bit pet. Unbox 2 pets. Do you have the rebirth timer? Not yet. I rebirthed like right before that update, so I haven't gotten any of that new content yet, so can't show that off. That should be good. Wow. Not worth anything, but pretty cool to get it regardless. I'm pretty sure it only happens once you start one rebirth, so you didn't start at like 0 on your current rebirth and then just instantly rebirth and get a low time or whatever. Since I'm pretty sure this is just a precursor to them adding like a leaderboard or some other thing for how long it takes. So yeah, we'll see how this develops. Yeah, I'm pretty sure because of, I know one of the other games I like to do out of rebirth timers too, and had the same thing where your current rebirth didn't really affect, but everything else did. So 2 rare better pets. This one usually takes a little bit of time, even though rares are basically 16%. Not that long. So. And then 1 legendary pet, which does take a while. Yeah, unboxing with a full inventory is quite a pain. It mostly due to the amount of purples I've decided to, keep in my inventory, and instead of like deleting them or storing them on an alt. So, yeah, it's a struggle, but it's not too bad. Man, usually doesn't take this long for me to get a bat. Hey, let's see. How long is the boss out? 2 minutes left. We should have enough time to get a legendary before then. I'd hope. Wait, why do you have so many purples? Really, no reason, but because purple. It's just one of the things that when it first came out, I decided to collect a lot of them, and then some people finally were generous enough to collect like during like a double luck weekend or whatever. They're generous enough to collect some for me, and so they saved like 300 or something ridiculous amount for them. And like for me, which probably hurt their unboxings, but it was really nice for them to do that for me. And so I've kept those 300 ever since, and it's a terrible idea to do, but it's been something that I'm kind of proud of. Even though I did nothing to deserve it, it's just nice to have all the purples hanging around in my inventory. Hey, now we need to lock a few things, I think. Right, I think the 8-bit comes auto-locked? If not, oops. Where is that 8-bit? Where's that 8-bit? Alright, am I just going crazy, or is there no 8-bit in my inventory? Yeah, I literally don't have 8-bits anywhere. Huh. Am I... Alright, let me go search really quick. Can't... I'm not going crazy. Am I? No, there they are. Okay. Unstable, unstable. Oh, I'm not sorted by rarity. I'm just bad at math. There we go. Now I found them. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. No idea what else to have it to. Are the new classified pets? It's like Rainwave, but rainbow. I have no idea why it's called Cloudwave, honestly. I'm pretty sure it's... But, who knows? Yeah, it's in the void, and it's called Cloudwave, and yeah, it's pretty similar to Rainwave. So. No idea why, but that is what it is. And this should complete Finsley's current quest line, and then also Leo's. So we'll go talk to Finsley first, probably, and then go grab Leo's. It's a reference to Rainwave? Not 100% sure about that. If I believe that, I might be completely coincidence, but yeah, it's really close to Rainwave, and a lot of people have been joking about that. I read it on the wiki and I trust the wiki, they wouldn't lie. I mean, just remember the wiki people are basically people just like us who assume stuff and are usually very wrong. For instance, the wiki... Okay, saying you trust the wikis, anyone can edit the wiki, so technically someone could just insert false information. I mean, it could be a reference, I'm not saying it isn't, but people can edit it and say whatever, and also even the people running the wiki, they make assumptions too that are completely wrong without knowing the full backstory stuff. And for anyone thinking I'm bad-mouthing the wiki people, I am technically part of their staff currently, so I do spend a bit of my time on the wiki myself. But, yeah. Yeah, waters. Stay hydrated, everyone. It's one of the easiest things that you can do that a lot of people that really helps with some stuff. As long as like trying to avoid stress, I know is another big one that can help a lot with few problems. But yeah, the wiki, since it is open to everyone, it is pretty good. Except when it comes to new stuff and stuff that hasn't quite been released, it's pretty iffy. But yeah, it's pretty good on that content, but it's still managed by people, and there can still be some mistakes in the wiki. For the most part, though, it's pretty good. But if someone says something about the wiki and the wiki is displaying something that you don't think is quite correct, it's not always a bad idea to ask someone else. I know recently there's been someone editing the wiki that has decided to insert a lot of false information about values of stuff. And I'm not going to say anything more on the matter, but that does happen a bit, and that's just kind of what it happens when you have a public thing. People try to take advantage of it, so yeah. Looks like we need to go buy some stuff, so let's go do that really quick. Since we skipped the Spectre pack, apparently. And let's go back to equip the gem pack. Kinda wonder when they'll come back and redo some of the Ghost World questlines like they did with the main hub to make them shorter and make more sense. Do you think you're going to Rebirth at the end of the stream? No. I'm only planning on streaming for another like 15 minutes. Along with I'm preparing this Rebirth stream, or even though it's titled a Rebirth stream, I'm sorry about that. It's mostly just getting perks after my last Rebirth, for when they finally, or for the Easter event mostly, and just to sort of grind since I need to get some of the gem hoverboards that they just released, and wouldn't hurt to grind a little bit for the classified from one of the void crates. Probably probably won't get it, but might as well spend like 5 hours streaming for leveling up pets and also getting a small chance at getting a cloud wave, because that won't hurt. Yeah, they'll be in Metaverse. What's your opinion on making Great Guardian 3 cyclable? I know a lot of people that already have it wouldn't want that because that technically devalues a pet that they already have. But it's quite ridiculous being the only 6-cycle boss, or being a ridiculously long mega boss compared to Bow Boss. I think it's fine as it is, to be honest, and but Ghost Worlds, along with the Mega Boss, has been quite outdated, and I wouldn't mind it getting re-looked at. Of course, the nostalgic people and people that actually played and grinded for it might have problems with that, so I'm not going to say, I'm definitely not going to be a very good opinion on that, since I'm not a long-term player, or I am a long-term player, but I'm not like one of the biggest, I'm not a big player. More just casual, to be honest. How much rebirths do you have? 6. I really need to add some text to like somewhere on my screen, like down here or something, telling people that I have 6 rebirths, because I get asked that question every stream at least 5 times. So it's not really a problem, but it's something that I can easily answer with just putting a little bit of text on the screen. Yeah, Metaverse. I've been thinking about doing a video just covering all the new stuff that has been coming out for Ghost Simulator. Not like the updates, but like all the new information they have regarding Ghost Simulator. Like for instance, the new game that some of the devs are starting to work on, the transferring of the dev ship to someone else, or for now, or that they'll be handling some of it, and all that stuff. I don't know if it'd be a decent video, I guess, but I don't know, it'd be a little bit different from what I normally do, so I'm usually slightly skeptical about doing something new, but we'll see. We'll see what I feel like, and like when I actually have time to record a video rather than during while I'm being swamped with schoolwork and all that. So, yeah. For the next game, I don't want to have to spend all my money on game passes again. Yeah, the game passes on this game, some of them are been a real thing, but most of the game passes, honestly, I didn't buy until they added the Rebirth, and you really didn't need, to be honest. Like, the only ones I had was like 2 times souls, and then like inventory stuff, and then 2 times luck. So, yeah, but that's really the only way the devs make money, is by having good game passes and all that stuff. So I'm not going to complain too much about them being good, but yeah, it's definitely a pain for people who don't have Robux to either have to get the Robux to spend money to buy them, or just live without. It's quite annoying. I would guess that this game is going to be for a summer Roblox thing. I'm going to guess that it's going to be not a long-term game like Ghost Simulator is. It's going to be sort of like a maybe 6-month-long game with a pretty solid end and a little bit of replayability, but no long-term, like how Ghost Simulator has been going on for 2 years now almost. It'd be like a 6 months, and then they'll stop working on it whatsoever, and it'll just kind of fade away, would be my guess. Yeah, I already saw. I don't really... What do you think the new game will be? Honestly, it's too early to guess. It's definitely going to be something, hopefully, something novel. Probably not a tycoon or a simulator. I'm going to take a pretty big guess at that. And probably not round-based either, since that doesn't seem to be Ghost Simulator's purpose. So, might be a simulator. Not going to say that no, but it's probably not. Definitely not a tycoon or a round-based game. Also doubt it will be a role-play, or in the sense that you have to talk with other people and figure out all that stuff with other people. Might be role-play as in you serve a role and there's lore and stuff like Ghost Simulators, but I'd guess it's going to be more of like adventure type, like Ghost Simulator is, where you have to go through things and roleplay and collect stuff. So it won't be, I think this current consensus is it won't be overly connected to Ghost Simulator. Of course, the communities will probably be quite similar, but yeah. Other than that, I don't think it's going to be too much like Ghost Sim. An RPG? More like an adventure RPG. So like Ghost Simulator is technically a role-playing game, since you're following lore and serving as a ghost hunter and all that. That kind of role-playing game. Not like the role-playing game where you have to go create some story with other people, like Adopt Me and all that stuff, where you have to do some role-playing with other people. It's more of like a adventure role-play. I think they like that genre, so I'm guessing it'll be similar to that. Might be something to do with fighting, like sword fights or stuff, maybe. Like sword fighting, not other people, of course. I don't think it's going to be round-based, but like sword fighting zombies or something, maybe. I don't know. It's way too early to guess. It's all random ideas that could serve to make a pretty good game, depending on how good of an idea you get, but also pretty sure they'll follow the similar cartoony theme as Ghost Simulator, so I don't know how much that allows you to narrow it down, but, you know. Do you know what an RPG is? Very good question. Me? Not significantly. I know there's a lot of different kinds of RPGs. Like, technically, the devs have said that Ghost Simulator was kind of an RPG. where you play a certain role and just kind of do follow lore. I know RPG can also stand for Rocket Propelled Grenade, which actually I probably shouldn't have said that on YouTube. But probably considered a weapon that can demonetize you. Yeah, there's also the role-playing like Adopt Me, where you fit into and roleplay with other people. Honestly, that's all I know. There's probably better definitions. I'm not too definition key on stuff, so I usually have the wrong definition for that kind of stuff, but yeah. And that water bottle is empty, so time to switch over to my other one. Yeah, stay hydrated, everyone. It does help out a ton. Yesterday I saw dudes on guns have been going since 2017, but I was like, the game was made in 2018. Technically the game was made in 2019. So, yeah, it wasn't even made in 2018, it was made in 2019. They may have been talking about Roblox, would be my guess, and they just got misinterpreted. But yeah, some people try to make claims that they have no idea what it even means, and I mean, I'd probably do the same thing, but people are very good at making absurd claims that have no basis in fact. So, I think, yeah, someone even earlier in the stream, like right when I was starting, tried to claim that someone scammed them out of a pet by trading an ocular overseer and then switching it out, which, if you know how Ghost Simulator's trading works, you know that you can't really switch out something really easily without someone noticing. And at the same time, you can't even trade Ocular Overseer, so that's just, it was a complete blatant attempt to get free pets. But yeah, people are quite good at making up lies. So, I realized I could have just used a bunny gum right then, but you know, might as well show that I can actually do the hobbies without using a gum. Roblox is not working for me. Yeah, it was done for me too, which is why I was glad I started the stream before it happened, and that someone actually mentioned it before I started switching servers. Otherwise, I would have been stuck ending the stream right where I was at. But yeah, it's quite down. Yeah, errors are quite annoying to see in games when they're down, but it's just kind of how the internet works. Sometimes things break and are hard to fix. Probably receiving a lot of traffic and something broke and all that combined to make it not work. So, yeah, trying again won't hurt. Hey, can you not spam chat? Thank you. Sheesh. Why do people think it's such a good idea to be obnoxious? Like, come on. Can't you just enjoy something rather than, or leave if you don't enjoy it? It's like sending hate on a, instead of doing a good suggestion on something to change, it's like hating on the developers for making something how it is. It's like, then don't play the game if you don't like how it is. Don't, like, hate on something. Or if you disagree with someone, yeah, it's not really, you can be nice and send a suggestion, but don't, like, go and just be toxic to be toxic because you disagree with them. Do you play Minecraft? Yes, I do. I haven't played it in a while. It's been mostly homework and Ghost Simulator recently, but yeah, I do play Minecraft occasionally. I've done a few videos on it, not the best, I admit, probably not worth watching, but yeah. And I just used the wrong type of gun. Oh well. Yeah, I'm sorry for everyone that was here for stayed for giveaways. I don't think I'll be able to do that with how Roblox servers are working currently. I'll hopefully be able to do that at some point, but yeah. Yeah, Roblox is being weird. Bedrock, Java, or Pocket Edition. I play Java. Pocket Edition currently is Bedrock, so yeah, it's that. So I mean, I do have Bedrock on my phone, but I never play that, so don't really consider that too much. But yeah, I play a little bit of Java. As I said, not much recently, but alright, there we go. And we'll claim those for now. And teleport back to Leo. Bed Wars stream. I'm terrible at PvP. I'm so awful at PvP and fast thinking and that stuff. So I don't ever really plan on doing streams like that of any of that. Especially since I'm pretty sure I would probably end up seeing you stream sniping Ferret. I play Pocket Edition, but I might buy Java soon. Honestly, yeah, I know PC works a lot better for that type of games. Like, even Roblox works a lot better on PC, and everything, a lot of things usually work better on PC than they do on phones and consoles, so definitely don't blame me for doing that. I can carry you, mate. Yeah, I think I'll pass. Thanks for offering, but don't worry, I'm probably worse. You haven't seen me try to do a fighting game. For reasons that are obvious to me, because I am terrible at it. But like, if I ever did like an Arsenal video or stream or anything, you guys would see how bad I am. But yeah, I don't doubt that you might be worse than me. I'm somewhat decent. I at least don't have McDonald's Wi-Fi. I can actually like stream and stuff, so it wouldn't be too bad. I would just be a bad person on a decent computer instead of being a bad person on a bad computer. But yeah, and I know this is about when I said I'd end the stream, so I'm up in the air. I do have some other stuff that I need to do. We'll see. I'll probably talk to Leo, complete that, see how long the next quest line is, or next quest is, not quest line. But yeah. I wish there was a double jump height game pass in Ghost Simulator. There is. There's a more agility game pass, which does kind of serve as it does increase your jump height by a little bit. Maybe not exactly 2 times, but it does increase your jump height a little bit. The more agility. If we can ever get into Leo, of course. Let's try teleporting again, even though that's probably... It did not throw an F9 error. Interesting. But yeah, I don't think it's worth it since there's now Bunny Gum and Nitro Gum to buy the more agility. I mean, it's a pretty solid game pass and pretty cheap, so it doesn't hurt too, especially if you aren't using gum. But yeah. Let's see. I didn't know. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't know some stuff. Yeah, I think that'll probably be it since this looks like it's going to be a longer quest line for the stream. Got up to halfway through Leo and done adjusting a little bit through Leo for the Easter that I'm planning on having these perks for. So, yeah. It should be a questline ability. I don't know too much about adding more height as a rebirth ability or a perk ability. More jump height is actually not always the best. Like, sometimes you accidentally jump when you're done with like a quest line, because it has you press E, and at the end you actually just have to wait for yourself to fall back down, which is quite annoying. So, yeah. And I'm starting to throw things around. But yeah, I think that'll be it for the stream. Sorry, it looks like Roblox is down, so I can't do the giveaway that I was planning on doing. For like plasmas and other random developer stuff. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think... I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say. Oh, thank you guys for everyone that came out and said anything in chat or just watched the whole time. Or even just a little bit. It's really nice to see people supporting these streams and my development of content on YouTube. That's really nice for me to see, know that you guys all actually enjoy the content, which encourages me to make more, which in turn creates a really good positive feedback loop that I enjoy quite a bit. Helps out a little bit with my stress, not going to lie, seeing you guys talk and support me. But yeah, if you do enjoy Ghost Simulator content like this, you can, of course, subscribe to me, liking my content, all that stuff that most YouTubers plug. But also, there's also a lot of other better Ghost Simulator YouTubers out there. I think Preston's a bigger one than me. Pretty good at it. Vic, even. I'm not much of a fan of Vic, or at least I used to. I think he has gotten a little bit more humble. But, which isn't going to hurt my perception of him. He makes good content about every update, I think, and even Coven K, which is one of the developers for it, has a YouTube channel that covers content on Ghost Simulator. So there's a lot of other Ghost Simulator YouTubers that you can go search for. Those are just some that I can think of off the top of my head. There's tons more. If you look up Ghost Simulator, you can go through and find some. So yeah, going and supporting them if you like it is a good way to either find more content or support the creation of future Ghost Simulator content. So, yeah. And with all that said, I think that will be it for the stream. I have other stuff that I really need to do in real life, so can't make it any longer, unfortunately. Thank you guys for all coming out again. And yeah, hopefully we'll have a video out by Saturday. Maybe that's like a 50% chance, so if there isn't a video out by Saturday, maybe by Monday, but not 100% sure if I'll be creating any content soon, relatively. I have a lot of stuff that I need to do in terms of schoolwork, so bye. So anyways, bye. Thank you guys for all coming.